Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. What? what's up, gamers? Okay, Phil Spencer. I want my 10-year contract, man. I want my 10-year contract. The CMA in the UK is like, we checked the deal out. We don't think the deal is gonna harm the industry. We know you bought Activision Blizzard for $68.9 billion, aka 70 billion. We got a decision to make. Show us something. Okay, Nintendo, 10 years. Nvidia, 10 years. Boosteroid, 10 years. Ubitus, 10 years. And we got another 10-year contract on the menu. Microsoft giving out 10-year contracts like it's nothing. Listen to this. Microsoft signs 10-year cloud gaming commitment to EE. With EE. Microsoft signed 10-year cloud gaming commitment with EE. Says here, as talks regarding the Microsoft Activision merger continues, Microsoft is consistently looking forward to persuading the regulatory bodies by signing additional 10-year partnership with companies. Previously, Microsoft agreed to a 10-year contract with Nvidia and Nintendo to bring Xbox and Activision Blizzard titles to GeForce Now and Nintendo consoles. They also entered a 10-year commitment with a cloud gaming provider, Boosteroid and Ubitus. It says it appears Microsoft does not plan to stop offering 10-year pledges anytime soon. Yeah, Phil Spencer, where's my 10-year contract? Anyway, says here, as they yet again inked a 10-year commitment, this time with UK mobile network operator and internet service provider EE. Phil Spencer recently discussed on Twitter that Microsoft has made a 10-year commitment to cloud gaming to provide EE users with access to PC games developed by Xbox and Activision Blizzard following the acquisition. Says here, Phil Spencer said, Microsoft and EE are expanding our partnership with a 10-year commitment in cloud gaming to bring PC games built by Activision Blizzard following the acquisition and Xbox to EE customers. We are committed to bring more games to more people, however they choose to play. Says here, EE is looking forward to pushing into the gaming industry as they have been partnered with Xbox for a while now, and users can already add Xbox games to their mobile plans for a discounted price through EE Smart benefits. Furthermore, talking about the Microsoft Activision merger, the tension between Microsoft and Sony's are very intense, with the latter disagreeing with the CMA, but Microsoft appeared to have recently found comfort now that Japan has authorized Japan has authorized the transaction, joining other nations including Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Serbia, and Chile. Says here, the CMA has also recently updated its preliminary findings, concluding that Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard wouldn't hurt console competition. This is also welcome news for Microsoft. It says the deal will help Microsoft address the CMA's concern about the deal regarding the cloud gaming market. Other regulators are also likely to find these deals encouraging for the future of competition. On that note, what do you think about Microsoft signing another 10-year cloud gaming deal with EE? Let us know in the comments section. Anybody commented? Nobody. Alright, that's the end of the article. Look, Microsoft Microsoft was never alone in this. It's not like the it was never like the Nvidia ARM the Activision Blizzard deal is not like the Nvidia ARMS deal. Microsoft is not alone in this. When you have 98% of the share 98% out of 100 of the shareholders agreeing to the deal, then you got the employees agreeing to the deal, right? Then you got 75% of the public, right? Then you got countries that are governments and they have their own power and authority and say so in the matter. Microsoft was never alone in this, okay? When you got countries like the Ukraine, Serbia, Chile, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia, and now Japan signing on to it, Microsoft was never alone in this, okay? And then you got Tencent and Nvidia also supporting Microsoft in this. They were never alone, okay? If they were alone by themselves, it would be a hard fight. It would be a hard fight. So instead of waiting around for the UK and the CMA to make their decision, Microsoft is like, okay, we're going to start giving out 10-year contracts to anybody. We're going to start giving out 10-year contracts to anybody we can find. You got Ubitus, Boosteroid, Nvidia, Nintendo, and now the EE. So that's 5. So instead of them sitting there waiting for a decision to be made and let time go by and not knowing, they're taking action like, okay, we're going to defend this deal by giving out 10-year contracts all over the place. So yeah, Phil Spencer, where's my 10-year contract? Huh? Sit here, play here. But look, man, instead of them sitting there waiting for time to go by, man, they're like, you know what? Let's start giving out 10-year contracts all over the place. And then you got the CMA now saying that we don't think the deal is going to harm the industry. Like I told you guys before, just because you buy a studio, it does not stop the game industry from moving, man. The game industry is always growing and always turning and going in different directions and always expanding, you know. So Microsoft, they did right here. They beat Sony to this, you know, because Sony, they got the contract and they got big pockets. Nintendo is a part of the game industry too. So if you're a console manufacturer and you see a studio in trouble or having problems, you know, it's like a parent protecting their, checking on their kids to see what's happening. If you're a console manufacturer, you're supposed to go over there and be like, look, we got a contract with you guys. It's about to expire. We see you guys having these problems. What is really happening here? Is there anything we can do? Can we help? Can we address anything? What is really happening here? Did Sony do that? No. Did Nintendo do that? No. So Microsoft is like, okay, Activision Blizzard is having problems? Okay. Nobody owns Activision Blizzard. Okay. You got the 10-year contract. You got the contract with Call of Duty. That's about to expire. Okay. All right. So none of you didn't step in. Sony and Nintendo, y'all didn't step in. Okay. We'll take care of it. Phil Spencer runs back. Okay. You know, Activision Blizzard is having issues. We need to jump on this. What y'all think? The heads at Microsoft looking at each other like, should we get involved? Should we help them? Should we care? Should we show them sympathy? Should we show them love? Should we show them compassion? Should we even care? What benefit is Activision Blizzard to us? Look, we already got Game Pass up and running. Should we really help them? Is this any of our business? What y'all think? Okay, go. Take 70 billion with you, or 68.9 billion with you, and just like an eagle with its claws out. Done. Microsoft just purchased Activision Blizzard. Sony now runs to the CMA and the UK regulators. Then the FTC, they jumped in. The FTC, they were relying on our past history, right, to try to come at Microsoft, but they really had nothing. And Microsoft just kept pushing, like Phil Spencer said. The deal is worth the deal deserve all the pushback it gets, or better yet, when it came to Activision Blizzard, he was like, "Oh, it's not what Activision Blizzard can do for us. It's how can we help you?" Okay, so Microsoft took a bad situation and turned it into a positive. They could have left it alone and went about their business. But this is Activision Blizzard we're talking about here. We're talking Call of Duty. We're talking Candy Crush. We're talking Diablo. We're talking StarCraft. We're talking World of Warcraft. Activision Blizzard was really up for grab. So when Phil Spencer made that comment, and this was all about cloud gaming too, when he said Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors, it means that he looked down the road and see who the competitors were, meaning Google, meaning Amazon, meaning Tencent, meaning Nvidia. They're all competitors. So once Game Pass is up, they were cool. But then you got Sean Layden, now the former Sony boss. He comes talking about Game Pass is not sustainable. Okay, all right. Activision Blizzard popped up on the radar. Microsoft got Game Pass up and running. Look, there were other deals out there. There were other deals out there that Microsoft could have gotten. For instance, like the AT&T WB Games deal that was on the table for $5 billion. They could have gotten that. But then AT&T got bought by I think it was Discovery. They reorganized the deal, and I think they got purchased for like, I think 40 something, somewhere around there, like 40 million or somewhere around there. They got bought out. But anyway, Microsoft could have gotten that. But Activision Blizzard was bigger. They just popped up on the radar. And Microsoft got Game Pass up and running, and they saw who all the competitors were. And they did not hesitate for one bit. They did not hesitate. They just went like this. Done. The deal is done, okay? And even when Microsoft purchased Activision Blizzard, you know, Sony could have went to Microsoft and said, okay, we need a 15-year like a 15-year deal with Call of Duty. They could have gotten that. But now Sony is like, oh, our main goal now, Jim Ryan is like, our main goal now is to block the deal. But now once you got the CMA now involved now, and they're saying, okay, we don't think the deal is going to harm the industry. It's not looking good right now for Sony right now. You know. Then you got the FTC now. They try to build a case against Microsoft. Microsoft turned in paperwork. The FTC is like, oh, you're not being transparent enough. Okay, so in other words, you're saying you don't have a case and you need more information from Microsoft to build a case. Yeah, so while all this is going on, Microsoft is like, okay, we're not going to sit here and just let time go by. We're going to start giving out 10-year contracts all over the place. And while Microsoft is doing that now, it makes it harder now for the deal to even fail now. It makes it even harder, and it makes it harder for the FTC now to even like try to like even fight Microsoft on this, because they're sitting here giving out 10-year contracts all over the place. And the CMA right now, they got a decision to make, and based on this the statement that they made, they're liking what Microsoft is doing. They're like, okay, we know you got the 10-year, we know you got the deal with Activision Blizzard. Okay, show us something. 10 years to Nintendo, 10 years to to Nvidia, 10 years to Boosteroid, 10 years to Ubisoft, and now the EE. Microsoft is just passing out 10-year contracts all over the place. A decision has to be made, but the UK and the CMA is sitting back watching Microsoft like, okay, we know you got this contract, we know you purchased Activision Blizzard. Okay, we checked we checked the deal from top to bottom. We don't think that anything is going to happen. Okay, show us something. So Microsoft is like this: 10 years, 10 years, 10 years, 10 years, 10 years, passing out 10-year deals all over the place. And then look at the support system now. Look at the support system you got behind all that. You have the shareholders, that's one. The employees, that's two. You got the public, that's three. You got you got countries that are government, that's four. Okay? You got Tencent and Nvidia supporting Microsoft now, even Nintendo. Take-Two and Valve are spectators. Yeah. That Activision Blizzard was really up for grabs. Activision Blizzard was really up for grabs because anybody could have gotten Activision Blizzard, but Microsoft beat everybody to the punch with this. So yeah, Activision Blizzard was really up for grabs. It's like, done. Okay? So, Sony should have stepped in when this whole situation started. So is Nintendo should have too. But once Sony didn't step in, Microsoft seized it. Okay? Yeah. So 10 years. 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. Look, we know you got this contract. We know you just bought them for $68.9 billion. Fine. We get it. But we want to see, we got a decision to make here. So show us something. What you gonna do? Okay, 10 years EE, 10 years Ubisoft, 10 years Boosteroid, 10 years Nvidia, 10 years Nintendo. Done. Yeah. Yeah, so right now decisions are got to be made, but Microsoft is not waiting around anymore. They're like, you know what? Instead of sitting there letting time go by, let us start giving out 10-year contracts all over the place, which makes sense. Anyway, we'll leave this video for y'all to enjoy it. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Board, Dark Side. Peace.